Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the latest edition of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar Podcast, our 5th anniversary season. I'm your host, Jacob Elyachar, the chief content producer and writer of jakestake.com, a pop culture entertainment news website. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up and please subscribe. If you're listening to this on our audio platforms, please download this episode. Please give us a 5-star rating, and please listen to this episode along with other episodes. I'm thrilled to welcome this next guest. She's a singer-songwriter who has performed with the Hungarian Operetta Theater. As of this recording, she has over 9.4 thousand Instagram followers, and her music has been viewed over 8 million times on social media. So please help me welcome Barbara Nadas to the podcast.
Hello, hello. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me, Jacob.
You are so welcome, Barbara. It is a thrill to have you here. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to speak with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, so Barbara, when did you get interested in performing, and how did that passion evolve and desire to pursue a career in the recording industry?
I think I was always passionate about music, even as a child. I love to perform to my family, different kind of acts. Honestly, I love to make fun of them. I made a little bit of parody of them and everyone was laughing. And I sang for them and I got my first mic. I don't know when, maybe I was 5 from my father. It was red. And so basically just, it was a mark of no return, I guess. And so I've been always singing as a teenager in some teenage bands, but the big dream was always to sing my originals. And when I first got into a studio of a music producer and I showed him my a cappella recordings on my phone, and he was like, yeah, that's the one. We will do a song from this one. And I was like, okay. And basically a few hours later, I just, walked out from the studio with my first ever demo and I listened to it in my car. And it was such a great feeling to create something from scratch that I fell in love with it immediately. And I was like, yeah, I want to do it again and again.
That's amazing. Especially, it's great no matter what you do, no matter if it's a song or a piece of music or even a podcast. Creating something from nothing, there's no such thrill.
Exactly. You know the feeling.
Absolutely. So who were some of the singers and musicians that have influenced your sound, Barbara?
I really love Amy Winehouse. I love how she just rejuvenated jazz and made it also listenable and popular in pop culture. And I love the old classics like Etta James, Ella Fitzgerald, Eric Clapton. And I don't consider myself as a jazz artist, but I try to put a little bit of touch of soul and blues in some of my songs. And I also love, the big pop artists like Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande, Dua Lipa. So I think I am still influenced, day by day about the new stuff out there.
It's great to hear that because I actually have seen Lady Gaga perform twice, and then in my life, and also got to see Eric Clapton perform once, and then I got to see Ariana Grande just about ready. She was about ready to break out.
Oh wow, yeah! I also saw Ariana Grande and Eric Clapton, but I haven't seen Lady Gaga yet, so I am really excited to see her one time.
I hope you do have a chance to see her live because she's actually phenomenal.
She seems to be so close to her audience, and I think she's the greatest performer and such a great songwriter. I love her lyrics. I love her performance, and actually she's very good in different genres and different fields like film, and also she has a jazz album with Tony Bennett, which is amazing, but also she's so extravagant and created basically a different kind of pop culture. So I love her, different styles and faces.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you brought up Tony Bennett too, because I had a privilege to see him in New York and Radio City Music Hall in 2017. And I got to say, his work with Lady Gaga and Amy Winehouse really helped define our generation to love and appreciate jazz.
Exactly. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, that could be incredible.
Absolutely. But however, Barbara, we're not here to talk about all these incredible artists. We got to talk about you. We got to get back to talk about you. So what have been some of the challenges that you faced getting started in this music industry, and how have you overcome those obstacles?
Basically, I don't know exactly what to consider as a starting point, but when I first got my first salary for singing, I was 14. I've been singing in a cover band for 10 years. And, it was very fun as a teenager. But looking back, I kind of can, feel that I was, the situation of women in the music industry is a little bit harder, I think, than for men. Like, I was paid less, I sing less on stage than the guys in the band, and these kind of different things. But even though this, I'm still thankful because I could practice and get a lot of experience from this type of singing. And when I started to record my song, I would say the biggest challenge was I had to figure out everything by myself, how to do a premiere, how to arrange an interview. And I felt like even though I reached very good views as an unknown artist, I wasn't on TV, I wasn't on any talent shows. And so as an independent unknown somebody, I reached very, very good views, but I still felt like it is unsuccessful because the radio wasn't playing my song. And I thought, things like this just happen by themselves. Like, if you make a good song, the radio will call you, they will call you to make interviews, blah, blah, blah. And then I figured it out that basically there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes, and you have to be also a manager regarding your career. And it's also hard to decide sometimes how much do you invest in your own career, because photo shoots and music videos can be extremely expensive. And I am a creative, so if I have a sick idea, I just go with the flow. So it's hard to stay on the ground and stay realistic sometimes, because I love to create. And so that's what I'm still learning.
I think we all have to learn something, and especially just because I always look at artists next who appear on shows like AGT or The Voice, and just because you appeared on the show doesn't mean that you are going to be successful. You have to have the social media, you have to build up your social media, you have to have an ongoing presence.
Yeah, exactly. And this is also what I learned, that there is not like a magic appearance or a magic tool that will save you forever. So even though if you are on television once, even though you have a great hit, it's just a moment. You have it for a month or maybe for a year, and so it's really it's not a project, it's more of a lifestyle. So I had the point when I was shall I choose this path? And I was if I do, I have to enjoy the whole process of creating, which I really love, and not waiting for something to happen to me that will make me famous forever. So,
and not to mention the fact you've been at a very young age too. I'm thinking of so many of the greats: Bruno Mars, Beyonce, Britney, Taylor. They all started Gaga. They all started out when they were young and built and built. It's you have to build.
Yeah, exactly. That's what also we don't really see as an audience. You see somebody, a big star that starts to just bloom up, and you're oh my God, where is she coming from? Where is he coming from? And then you search for them, and you figure out that basically they are doing this for ages. So it's like really like a process. It's not a boom. So yeah.
Absolutely. And I feel like ever since we've had social media and we've had these TikTok numbers and like what it did for the D'Amelio family and what it did for Olivia Rodrigo, we want to be in a gratitude, like a quick gratitude society on the fast track to fame.
Yeah, that's TikTok has, I think, completely changed the music industry. And, we can love it or we can hate it, but we musicians just have to go and learn it and, take advantage of it. And I think we can. But also, I love to be careful with this kind of thing, because TikTok kind of feels like a casino to me, because I already reached like a high views and went viral a few times. And, if you did, you always want to create something that goes viral, that is watched by a lot of people. And, I have a video that is over 1 million views. And then my last videos reached only like 200 or 300 people. So it's like, TikTok wants you to invest more and more energy and time and create more. So I sometimes I feel like as if I were in a casino.
Oh, absolutely. And it feels like if you create, you're going to be on this hamster wheel all the time. And we are not robots. We are humans.
Absolutely. And they're like, I had some consultation with some really good social media experts, and everybody says that you have to post like 2 times a day, 3 times a day, stories every day. And this just goes a little bit against creativity, I guess. And you have to be consistent. At least that's what I figured out to myself, that, you really just have to make time in your schedule to do content and to do creative, because that takes time as well. But the videos that went good on my TikTok was always coming from a intention, and spontaneous. So actually that's what has worked for me so far.
Absolutely. So let's talk about some of the songs that actually helped you grow your presence, and let's talk SOAR. So before we get into the work that you did with Tom Martin, I want to talk about the original song before we get to the remix. So can you describe the story behind SOAR to my audience?
Yeah, it is an interesting story. I got into a relationship like 2 years ago, and it was really a long time coming, because before I kind of, protected myself from love, I guess. And, this is not a love song, but it is funny because this relationship actually helped me to discover my deeper emotions. And, when I just let myself into it, I realized that, oh my God, why didn't I do this earlier? Like, it just feels good to love, to receive love, to give love, to be myself. And this has also helped me to be myself more as an artist and be true to myself, and to let myself be a full-time artist. And this is also like the lyrics at the beginning, that I realized that my mind was a jail. I sent myself because I was ashamed how I love and I pray. And so this song is about self-realization, and I can hold back what's in my bones. I can hold back, going after my dreams, taking risks, coming to LA, and live for my dreams.
Absolutely. And it's always important to take those risks. And you actually had a chance to collaborate with Tom Martin. Now, Tom has had a lot of work with EDM artists and producers, some major names: Alicia, David Guetta, Martin Garrix, and Tiesto. So what were some of the lessons that you learned from him, and how did those lessons help you grow as a recording artist?
I've always had this dream to sing at an EDM record. And we had the idea to remix a famous song. And then I was like, why don't we remix my song? And that's when Tom Martin got into the picture, and he's absolutely incredible. I love the hook that he made, and I think that was like not like basically there was no note from by myself that we should change. Like it was such a good song instantly that I just loved it. And it's so interesting that a song has also so many faces. If you give it to another producer, then a song can be completely changed. And when I first listened to it, I was sitting in a cafe and they sent it over, and we did this online. So actually I never met him in person. That's the like the good thing about technology, that we can collaborate no matter where you are in the world. So I've been sitting in a cafe in Budapest, and I just listened to it on my headphones, and I was like, oh my God, I have to go home immediately and listen to the song on big speakers. And I did, and I don't know, it felt incredible, and discovering a new genre basically.
Absolutely, Barbara. And here's the thing. I'm so glad that you did SOAR and remix SOAR. It's a fabulous song. And it's better than like hearing another version of like Titanium or When Love Takes Over or 2 a.m. It's like, I think having it's a better, or 11:30. I got to say, it's a much better option that you did. And I think you found success with that song.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
You are so welcome. So have you thought about the dream collaborators, like the singers, the songwriters, the producers, the musicians, and how would they enhance your sound?
Yeah, as a producer, I really love to collaborate with Mark Ronson one time. I think he's brilliant. And as a featuring artist, I like Dua Lipa would be a dream. I feel like I can really resonate with her style. She's edgy, she's sexy, she's not too much, but still like very, very good. And I think that would be a good, and I love her music, that would be a good match. And also some people from the jazz scene, like Tom Misch or Joss Stone, but she's rather soul than jazz. But that would be an interesting combination. And also, I love to sing on a techno record. I know it's like very different kind of genres, but I really love to create something new. And I think like it would be a very interesting combination to put a little bit of touch of jazz and soul into techno music. So I really want to try that as well.
Those are all great suggestions. I would love to recommend David Guetta. I would love to see you.
David Guetta would be a dream as well. I grew up on, listening to his tracks.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. Those songs are timeless now. When Love Takes Over, Titanium, Without You. We could go on and on.
Exactly. Yeah.
All righty. So we talked a little bit about social media. So what are your favorite social media apps?
I love to use Instagram because it's like, you can catch up really easy with and interact very easy with your followers. Obviously, like, TikTok is a tool now, and it reaches wider audience, not only your followers. So that's very good. I just started to use Thread. I'm not really sure now if it's for me or not, but at least I started. I think it's really just started as well, so I don't experience a lot of activities on that platform yet. So I'm still discovering that.
Awesome. So last question, are you ready?
Sorry?
Last question, are you ready?
Yeah.
So besides social media, where can my audience find your music?
So basically on all of the distributing platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Amazon, and they can find me by my name, Barbara Nadas. It's Nadas. And we will just release my first full album. So I can't wait to, put all of my songs out there.
And I can't wait to hear that music. So make sure, guys, that you keep an eye on jake-shake.com to find Barbara's album. But first, if you missed an episode of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar podcast, visit our channels on Amazon Music, iPod, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Spreaker, and also Podchaser. It's Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. Now, are you on social media? Because I'm on social media too. Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Twitter, and YouTube. Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. And guys, want to know what's going on with this season of America's Got Talent? Who won the latest season of the Masked Singer USA? Want to know my take on Barbara's music and more interviews? Visit jakes-shake.com, the blog that started off, jakes-shake.com. Barbara, thank you so much for taking time in your schedule to talk with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, and I appreciate it. And I loved your questions.
Thank you so much, and I really appreciate it. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, have a great one, everybody. Goodbye.